Hi everyone, this is Jen from Fluff, Love, and CD Science, and I'm here to talk to you today about putting together a newborn diaper stash. So one of the questions that we get frequently from people is, do I even need to have a newborn diaper stash? The baby's going to outgrow it so quickly, or maybe she'll fit into the one-size diaper stash right away. We generally recommend that people do have a newborn diaper stash. One-size diapers might say that they fit from 8 pounds, but you generally don't get a really good fit until about 12 pounds. This is because newborns have very skinny little legs, and so you can get a lot of leaks around the leg holes. But the good news is that you can put together a newborn diaper stash pretty cheaply, and then you can generally resell it for almost as much as you paid for it after you're done using it. So let's get started. You want to have generally about 24 to 36 changes if you plan on doing diaper laundry every other day. 36 is a really comfortable number. You might find that you can easily get away with 24 though. So keep that in mind. There's a few different places where you can get newborn diapers. Of course, you can buy them directly from the manufacturer. Another thing that you can do is a trial from an online diaper seller. A lot of online companies will have trial packages where you can rent the diapers and then you send them back to the diaper company whenever you're finished. That can be a really economical way of doing it. You could also use a diaper service, and the nice thing about that is that they wash the diapers for you and they provide everything that you need. However, if you do that for 6 weeks, you've probably spent about the same amount as you would have on a newborn stash. Newborn diapers also frequently turn up on buy, sell, and trade pages, and because they're used for such a short amount of time, they're often in very good shape, so that's another really great option. One thing is that if you do buy used diapers, you always want to do a bleach soak. So the link up at the corner will give you instructions for doing a bleach soak to sanitize the diapers and remove any bacteria or yeast from them. So let's start looking at some of the specific types of diapers. One of the most popular kinds of diapers to use on a newborn is a Prefold. And a Prefold is just a square of cloth. It's thick and quilty and really absorbent. These are great to use on newborns because they prevent leaks around the legs, they're pretty absorbent, and also they're very economical. You can get Prefolds new for about $2 or $3 a piece, and you can often find them used for as little as $1 a piece. So they're a good way to get a pretty big stash for not a whole lot of money. So my volunteer here is modeling a Prefold. It's just wrapped around the body, and then it's secured with a snappy. The snappy is a little triangular shaped piece of plastic. It's got these little plastic teeth, and so the teeth grip the cloth fibers and they hold the diaper in place. It's a lot easier to use than an old school diaper pin. Another kind of fastener that you could buy is called a Boygo, and a lot of people really like those as well. So these pictures show how to put on a Prefold. You just lay the Prefold down, you wrap it around the baby's middle, and then you secure it shut. It's a pretty simple way to do it, and once you get the hang of it, you can do it very quickly. So another kind of diaper that I love for newborns is called a fitted. So a fitted is kind of like a Prefold, but it's already shaped, so it's a little bit easier and faster to get on and off. This fitted is called a Workhorse. It's made by a company called Green Mountain Diapers, and they make the Workhorses either with snaps or without snaps. The snapless version is great because you can use a snappy to secure it, and you have a little bit more leeway in how tight you do it so it fits for a wider range. These GMD diapers fit until the baby's about 11 or 12 pounds, so you can get a pretty good range on it. Another option that's very versatile is a flat diaper. A flat is what you think of when you think of old school diaper options. It's literally just a big flat square or rectangle of cloth. So you can use flats in a few different ways. For newborns, what I like to do is the newborn kite fold, and if you click the link on the top, that'll show you how to do that fold. And so here, Monkey is modeling the newborn flat fold. It's just wrapped around his body, and this is also secured with a snappy. Another thing that you can do with flat diapers is you can pad fold them. And pad folding is just folding the flat up into a rectangle and using that in the cover. This is good because it's easy to put on, it's very quick, but the thing that's not so good about it for newborns is that it doesn't contain that runny newborn poop. So you might want to use the fold around the baby's whole body for the first couple of months. Flats are pretty inexpensive, but there are some versions of them that are even cheaper. This is a flour sack towel. It looks exactly like a flat. It's just a little bit thinner, and you can buy it at the dish towel section of stores like Walmart and Target, and they're about $1 each. You can often find them in 5-packs for $5, so that's a very cheap option. Another even more inexpensive option is just a plain old receiving blanket. You can find old receiving blankets in thrift stores for about $1, or you can use whatever you have on hand, and you use both of those in exactly the same way as you would a flat, and they're very effective and very cheap, so a lot of people like to do that. So prefolds, fitteds, and flats all need to go under some kind of a waterproof cover. The prefolds, fitteds, and flats absorb liquid, but they're not totally waterproof. So one of the most common options is a PUL cover. So this is a blueberry cover. It's a blueberry mini coverall. So it's got a Velcro closure. And the inside is made of PUL. It's a water-resistant kind of fabric. You can also get them in snaps, which a lot of people like as well. This is a Thirsties cover. Another very cheap option is a Sunta. This is a company that's out of China. Their proceeds benefit orphanages, so it's a really good cause. So with these two covers, you can see how you can really snap them down to be small, or you can leave the rise snaps unsnapped to make them larger. These snaps in the front are called the rise snaps. So to make the diaper smaller, you just snap these rise snaps down. And then to make them larger as your baby grows, you just unsnap them. Some newborn covers also have a snap to fold down for the umbilical cord so you don't irritate the umbilical cord stump, and that's nice as well. Some other options for covers are fleece. Fleece is pretty water resistant. You can get some really cute fleece covers online, or you can use wool. A lot of people are a little intimidated by wool because of the care of it, but it's really not difficult. What you have to do is lanolize it, so I just use regular old lanolin like you would use for breastfeeding. You can find a lot of good tutorials online for how to lanolize wool, and if you click the link, that will show you one of them. So a final option for newborn diapers is all-in-ones. All-in-ones are kind of the easiest option because they really look just like a disposable diaper. This is a blueberry newborn diaper, and they've got really cute prints. You just put the whole thing on the baby just like you would a disposable. They're great for our grandparents who are a little bit intimidated by cloth diapers. They're good for changers when you're out and about in the house. Sometimes all-in-one diapers are not as absorbent as prefolds or fitteds or flats. You might be more likely to get leaks with them, but some people use all-in-one diapers very successfully with newborns. They also tend to be a little bit more expensive. This newborn diaper has the snap that you can fold down around the umbilical cord stump, so you just snap that down, and then it has a little dip in it. And so our volunteer here is modeling a blueberry newborn diaper with the umbilical cord snap folded down. So one common problem with newborn diapers is that babies often outgrow the absorbency before they outgrow the size. Newborn diapers are smaller, they're thinner, and they just don't quite absorb as much liquid as one-size diapers do. So one thing that you can do is you can add in some kind of a doubler or an insert. This is just an inexpensive thin bamboo insert, and it adds a nice little bit of absorbency into newborn diapers. If you use cloth wipes, you can also just take the cloth wipe, you can fold it up into the right shape, and you can just slip that into the diaper, and that'll really add in a lot of absorbency. Also, sometimes people wonder if the baby will feel wet with the cloth diaper on. One easy thing that you can do is you can just take some regular fleece from the fabric store, and you can cut it up into rectangles. I didn't do a particularly good job cutting this square, but it worked just fine. This is my assistant right here. So fleece inserts are really great for keeping the baby dry. The fleece repels water on the top and it makes the baby feel dry. So another thing that you might want to have on hand is cloth diaper safe rash creams. Newborns commonly get rashes, although they get fewer rashes in cloth diapers than they do in disposables generally. If you use a cloth diaper cream that has petroleum in it, you have the potential to cause staining or repelling on your diapers, especially if you're using synthetic fibers. Now, if you're using something like a Prefold, you can really use Desitin or even straight up Vaseline, and it will probably wash out okay. It might cause a little bit of staining. But if you're concerned, you can use a cloth diaper safe rash cream. This is CJ's Butter. It comes in really great scents. A lot of people like that. Also, you can use this green tube of Boudreaux's butt paste, and that's cloth diaper safe. Another thing that you're going to need is a place to store your dirty diapers. The most important thing is to have airflow to it. A pail with a closed lid will smell bad. I like using a hanging diaper bag. So this is pretty big. It holds a couple days worth of diapers, and I just hang it up and I leave it open. And so that's a Planet-Wise hanging diaper bag that works well. A lot of people also like to have smaller diaper bags to use when they're out and about. So this is a zippered wet bag. It's got PUL on the inside, so it will hold all the liquid in place. This was about $4 from a company called Alva, so very inexpensive. Also, when you're out and about, you can really use a gallon Ziploc bag, and that will work just fine. Another thing that's nice to have is cloth wipes. If you're already washing cloth diapers, it's really not hard at all to throw the cloth wipes into the dirty diaper laundry. And that way you don't have to have a separate trash can to hold soiled disposable wipes. A lot of companies sell cloth wipes for pretty inexpensive. You can also use baby washcloths, and those work great. They're really cheap from places like Target. If you have a sewing machine, you can make your own. You can get cute flannel and terry cloth, and you can just sew them together. There are lots of tutorials online. A friend made these for me. I don't have a sewing machine. I am not at all crafty. So that's some of the basics of cloth diapering in newborn. And before you know it, the baby will be as big as this, and you'll be into one-size cloth diapering. Thanks, and for more information, check us out at fluffloveuniversity.com or join the conversation on Facebook at Fluff Love and CD Science.